myself Maya Tiwari from Medhavi Institute. This institute in Ranchi, near Lalpur Chowk, Kali Mandir Road. So, in this video, I am going to introduce, or you can say that explain some concepts that are useful not only for board students but also for Neet and for those students who are preparing for Jee-Mains and Neet exam. From my opinion, if you ask my opinion, then I feel that there is no difference between board preparation and Neet preparation. Because whatever topic we are going to study in board, a little bit, or you can say that in detail part, that is, if you are going to study any theory and want to its examples, then its application parts we will study in Neet exams, Jee-Mains exams. Here I want to help those students who have to appear board exam 2025 as well as for Neet and for Jee-Mains. This video is not useful for outsider but for my students also who are the part of Medhavi, those who are Medhavian, and the purpose is only to simplify the mode of study. That means now I always say my students that when you have sufficient time, then you go in detail. You take information from all the matters that you could. But now you have to go that means you have to be very particular. You have to go selective study. That is, what questions may be asked from the board exam, what question is going to be asked in Neet and previous year Jee-Mains question paper, that you need to focus. So, for this I am giving the base classes also. I have given question based on base portion also and for the board preparation also. So today the chapters I have selected, that is equilibrium part. First I want to say that there are some chapters in chemistry. From that chapter you will get maximum questions in the Neet and Jee-Mains exam. For example, chemical composition part is very important. Atomic structure some part, that is electronic configuration, its quantum number part, and the chemical bonding. So first I will explain what are the topics in chemistry from where maximum questions, or it is fixed that you will get question from that part. Suppose if I say the first part, that is, so this video is those for students who are going to prepare Neet exam and for Jee-Mains also. Very important for Jee-Mains or for other exam, engineering exam. So the first chapter, that is I am going to introduce from where questions will come, is the chemical composition, that is first chapter. And from this part, the question that is going to be asked is, the first part is stoichiometry. Very important. Stoichiometry. Stoichiometry is the branch of chemistry. It is the branch of chemical composition chapter where we measure chemicals. In physics, we measure mass. We measure length with the help of units. In my previous video, I have already explained that for physics or in this branch, we need units and numerical things. But how we are going to use chemicals, how we are going to measure chemicals, so for this we need this branch, stoichiometry. In this branch, we focus mass percentage, V focus, mole fraction. Very, very important information I am going to give you for those students who are serious for the board as well as for Neet and Jee-Mains exam. For the board exam, directly questions cannot be asked, but its application part given is standard 12. So here mole fraction, then it is molarity, Normality part has been omitted from the board exam, but questions can be seen. It may be we have seen question in the Neet exam. After that, the second part is the mole fraction. Very, very important mole fraction questions. That is how to find mole, how to find molecule, how to find volume at STP or NTP. Then here the chemical equation, very, very important, chemical equation and limiting reagent. For this I will prepare video very soon. I am planning to explain all these questions. Basically I will explain the concept as well as question, and for this I am preparing for that. Very soon you will get video based on stoichiometry, mole fraction, chemical equation. Before COVID, I tried to give 1-2 video, but there was some problem, that's why I couldn't continue. But now I have started to give my video, and students are using this, they are appreciating me that Miss, your video is very, very good and it is clearing our doubts very properly. So these are the information. That one more information is the limiting is very, very important. So from this chapter, if you focus on stoichiometry, mole fraction and chemical equation, you can easily solve the question in this competitive examination. Second part is the from atomic structure. From this chapter, you will get question. The most important part is electronic configuration. I have already explained in my previous video that electronic configuration is the backbone of the chemistry. All the information, group number, period number, properties, all the information we can get from this part only. And electronic configuration, and the second part is the here electromagnetic waves. Electromagnetic waves question is given. From that you have will get electromagnetic waves. After that you will get questions from photoelectric effect. Very, very important. This photoelectric effect is also included in standard 12 modern physics part. You will get question from that. Then here de Broglie wavelength. This is very, very important. De Broglie wavelength. After that, you will get question. There are 3 laws given by the different scientists, like Pauli principle, Aufbau principle, Hund's rule. All these Hund's rules, that is laws is given, or you can say principle is given. That is going to be important information. After that, here quantum number. Quantum number is important parameter that is going to be useful. Questions may be asked from this part. That is 4 quantum number, principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number, and the last is spin quantum number. So questions may be asked from these 4 quantum number. After that, one more information I think from this part is here. I have given quantum number part. Atomic structure, Bohr's principle. In Bohr's principle, we got how to find radius of the electron, how to find velocity, how to find energy, what is ionization energy, numericals, transition when electron moves from one lower orbit to higher orbit. This is very, very important, from where you will get questions. So if you study these part, electronic configuration you are studying from standard 10 only. This is not going to be difficult. Electromagnetic waves, there is a simple formula. Photons energy is S equal to h nu. Photoelectric effect and de Broglie wavelength you have to use in standard 12 also. So that is going to be useful for you. And the three principle you have to focus. This extra work you have to do. Bohr's principle also is given in standard 12. So if you say that what extra preparation we have to do for Neet, so these only. Three principle and the quantum number. The rest part is given in standard 12. It is going to be used in standard 10 because electronic configuration you have to use in D block. What is electronic configuration of D block? Transition metals. So this is the part of standard 12. This is also part of standard 12, electromagnetic waves. This is the part of standard 12. This is the part of standard 12. This part is standard 12. That's why I am telling you that I don't think preparation of standard 12 is different from preparation of Neet or Jee-Mains exam. After that, the third chapter that is going to be used is the chemical bonding. One information I want to give, that I have said that all the information, electronic configuration, then photoelectric de Broglie, that topic you will get in standard 12 class. Good, but not in chemistry, it is in physics. One incident I want to share with you that is very, very important. Actually, we are conducting crash course also. Medhavi Institute every year conducts crash course, and that starts from in the month of October only. So I got one student in that group. There was one student and he was from ICSE background. This is very, very important information I want to share with you. That is very, very important information. The boy came to know about Medhavi crash course and he joined our coaching institute. I was conducting the first class. Then I saw the boy was very surprised, and after 2-3 days, actually I wanted to know the level of the boy. So standard, he was from ICSE background, so I asked some question from standard 10 and he gave the information in a very, all the information that he gave was correct, and that it made a good impression that the boy is very intelligent. After 2-3 days he asked, Miss, one thing I want to say. So I said, what? Miss, before teaching, can you tell me what are the chapters we are going to study in standard 12? I was shocked. The boy is going to, just 2 months has been left for the board preparation, and the boy is not knowing what is the syllabus. It was very amazing for me, and he was a very good student. He got 98% in standard 10 ICSE board, and the boy was from Calcutta. I asked that you are going to give exam and you don't know the syllabus. No, miss, actually my intention, I was totally focused for Jee-Mains and engineering exams. So I didn't understand the chapters. I was just giving the topic, the coaching institute where I am studying. Over there they gives the question paper and the test, they take test, accordingly they give the result. Then I realized that the first important thing, that is syllabus. If you are going to give exam, you must know the syllabus. What is syllabus going to be asked? And the second thing, its weightage. what marks is going to be distributed, because in CBSE and in ICSE board there is no any shortcut method for asking the questions. What I mean that in CBSE, ICSE, basically in CBSE, ICSE board there is option, but in CBSE all chapters are compulsory. If you miss even a single chapter, that much marks will be, you will lose. So I am just requesting from you that if you are going to prepare for board exam, now it is a time that first you know what are the syllabus that is going to be asked in your board exam. Just you take out, print out from the CBSE website. Sample paper has already been come out. Just please, I have request that just you take out the sample paper, check the syllabus, check the pattern of the questions, and then accordingly you prepare. For the competitive exam, for the competitive competition also, I am suggesting you should know. This is the only difference between competition and board exam. In board exam, you cannot avoid any chapters. You have to focus each and every chapter. That is going to be important for you. But for the competition, you have to go selective study. You have to take some chapters from which questions, it is every year questions are going to be asked. For example, the information I am giving you, please go and check it. That every year you will get questions from this part. Whether I am correct or not, you can check it. So the third part is the chemical bonding. Chemical bonding part, here the most important part that questions will be asked from hybridization. That's why I have already given 2-3 video based on hybridization, because this is the backbone of chemical bonding. What type of bond present? Electrovalent, covalent and coordinate bond. From that part you will, very less questions may be asked in the exam, but hybridization part you will get, every year you will get questions from hybridization part. Second is the, so hybridization when we are going to discuss that with lone pair or without lone pair. This is important. Without lone pair or with lone pair. When we are going to use with lone pair, then what is the condition? And when we are going to use without lone pair, a very good table has been given in NCERT book. Just you go through it. That table will help you. It is given a standard 11 book. Mind it, but it is going to be used standard 12 coordination compound as well as organic chemistry. So from organic chemistry, one question you will ask, one question you will get from nomenclature part, one question you will get from the hybridization part, sigma bond, pi bond. That question is from the chemical bonding only. Then second is the VSEPR theory. This theory indicates shape of the orbitals, shape of the compounds. That some compounds have bond pair, no lone pair. What is their shape? But some compounds have bond pair as well as lone pair. So their shape will be distorted, their shape will be changed. So you will get from that part also. Third is the very important dipole moment. That is, you can say polar bond, and how to find dipole moment of the compound. From this part also you will get questions. So if you are preparing for board or Neet exam both, if you are preparing for board and Jee-Mains both, then revising this topic, you take revision of this part also. Hardly 5 to 10 minutes required to just take revision of that, because a good table has been given in NCERT book. After that, the next part is MOT theory, molecular orbital theory, and from this part basically you will get question from bond order, how to find bond order of the given compound. Next is the H bond, intermolecular and intramolecular hydrogen bonding. From this part also you will get question. So this is the very important part, and for those students, those who are preparing, and I'll just suggest you that please focus on this topic. Definitely you will solve the question related with this. After that, the next important part for me, that I feel is very important is the periodic table. Very important. You can say in my language, periodic table is the father of the chemistry. I feel without periodic table, we cannot start chemistry. Atomic number, mass number, group number, period number. Suppose you have to know hybridization of methane. So first information, what is the atomic number of carbon? How many valence electron present in the carbon? And that valence electron is used for making bond with the related its group. So that is very important information. This is the father of the, in my language, periodic table is the father of chemistry. That here basically you have to know modern periodic table, all the information, modern periodic table, and I will suggest you that for this very good information has been given in Selena publication book, standard 10, very good information. Longest table, shortest table, group 1, group 2, its name, alkali, alkaline, NCERT book also it is given. But if your chemistry is not good, then I suggest you that you can see the Selena book. The very good information you get from that part. Then after that, modern periodic table. Second is the periodic property. Very important. Periodic property is the property like atomic size, metallic, non-metallic characteristic, atomic radius, atomic size, both are same. Ionization potential, electron affinity. From this part you will get questions in the board exam. I will suggest you in the Neet exam also will get questions. In the competitive like recently I don't have Jee-Mains question paper and the Neet paper. In the next video I will show the information that I have given, from that information questions. That will, it is very important. After that periodic property, here next is the, this is very important. Periodic property, important information, that much only for that. These two parts are very important. Next chapter for me, next chapter, even the acid, gas law is also important. From that gas law basically we get questions from the force present between the molecules, like van der Waals force, like London dispersion force. From that one questions may be asked, but very less question you will get from that part. After that the most important part is equilibrium. Very important. It has two branches. First is the chemical equilibrium and second is the equilibrium and second is the ionic equilibrium. Very important information. And from in the chemical equilibrium, basically you will get question from the Kp part, equilibrium constant Kp, Kc, and the numericals based on Kp, Kc, and the Lee-Chatelier principle. Lee-Chatelier principle is going to be very important for that. But in ionic equilibrium, you have to know about acids information. There are three informations. Three scientists gave information related with acids: Arrhenius concept, Brownstein-Lowry concept, and Lewis acid base. After that, dissociation of the weak electrolytes. Very important. I have already explained that acids, I have given video a little bit acids, strong acids, weak acid, strong base, weak base, strong salt, weak salts. So here in this branch we have to focus weak electrolytes, because strong electrolytes completely ionized, so the reaction will be in the irreversible direction, single direction. But when you are going to use weak electrolytes, here reaction will be reversible in nature. That means some reactant will dissociate to give product. So the entire reactant will not dissociate to give product. For example, if ethanoic acid is going to be used, then some part of ethanoic acid will dissociate, or you can say ionize to give CH3COO- and H+. So their acid Then pH, very important. Here pH is going to be very important. You can check the question paper. From this section also question has been asked. After that, the ionization of weak electrolyte. Here ionization of weak acid. I'm just writing the electrolytes, and in this electrolytes we will study weak acids, weak base and salts also. So I will explain all this information in my next video. After that you have to focus here solubility product and buffer solution. So these are the points. If you focus, definitely the competitive part will be easy for you. You will understand that questions, you will observe it also, you can check it also that many questions has been asked, has been taken from this part. So once you will have idea that from where we have to start my revision, then it will be easy for you to start your revision. After that, the next part that is going to be important from my concept, from my knowledge is redox reaction. Is the redox reaction. Here redox reaction. This is very important from this chapter. This is 5th. You will get method to find oxidation number. Then balancing. This is important. This balancing part is for 12th also. Every year 2 marks question you will get from balancing part. Go and check it. This part is stand 11, but it is a part of D block. For example, manganese ion in acidic medium. What will happen if you take MnO4 minus in acidic medium or alkaline medium? So balancing from this part. Every year in the board exam question you get from this part. That is important. So after that, the next part is coordination compound. Coordination compound. And from this part here, nomenclature. This is for board also or for competition also. Nomenclature. Then oxidation number. This oxidation number going to be used here, applicable to here. Then hybridization part that I have already explained. Hybridization standard 11 going to be used here. Then its magnetic behavior. Then its magnetic moment. Last year one question came in the Neet exam from the magnetic moment also. One student showed me the question paper and I saw that question from magnetic moment. The question was given from magnetic moment. The question was very easy because there is some trick for that. I will give that trick. And last is the CFT theory, crystal field theory. So after that, next is the D block, F block. S block, P blocks are going to be also important, but D and F blocks part is for board, for competition also, we will get question from this part. Very, very important. D and F block. Organic part, we cannot say what is its important. What is the important part of organic? Because in time 11, 12, whether it is inductive effect, whether the mechanism part, whether the chemical reaction, because there is one part of organic chemistry, that is conversion. If you see the board paper, then you will find that organic chemistry, you will get 2 marks question from the reasoning part. That is, this acid is a stronger acid, this acid is a weak acid. Arrange the following compound on the basis of increasing acidity or basicity. That based on inductive effect of standard 11 class. Then you will get question from complete the reaction. Third question you will get big questions will be given that a compound has molecular formula C2H6O. It reacts with chlorine to give that A, then B and C. Find it. That is very, very important. And the last is the conversion. Convert methanol to ethanol, ethanol to carboxylic acids, nitrobenzene to benzoic acid. And I feel that this is the most difficult part of chemistry. Because conversion is the conclusion of organic 11 and 12. So those who have command on 11, 12 concept, only they can solve this part. I am planning for that I will start conversion, but in a single video it is not possible to give conversion. For this I will start conversion standard 11 first, that how you will convert alkane to given compounds. In this case you have to know its preparation part as well as its properties part. Actually what I want to say, for example, if I say how can you prepare methane? So methane can be prepared when ethanoic acid is reacted with soda lime. Mind it. This is not difficult topic, very simple part I am explaining you. This is methane. So then the question is, how will you convert acid to methane, acid to alkane? This is the one part. Reverse, how will you convert alkane to acid? This is the preparation part. This is the preparation part. And this is the properties part. That when methane is oxidized, then we get acid. So here there is a 2 carbon. Methane has a single carbon. So first we need to convert methane into 2 carbon. So for this we have another law, Wood's reaction, Kolbe reaction. Using this concept you can make 1 carbon to 2 carbon and then you oxidize to give acid. So unless you have idea about preparation and property, you cannot do this conversion. That's why I am telling it is a big matter, and for this I need 4-5 videos in order to explain all these information in details. So these are the information. Apart from that, one thing also I am missing, biomolecules. Biomolecules, polymers has been removed, not it is omitted in board exam, but from competition point of view it is important. Drugs and dyes, very, very important. Drugs and dyes, very, very important. Questions, narcotics, analgesic. You can see DDT formula. These are the jumping question. This part will give you jumping question. Formula of Dettol, that will get from this part. So all these information, please believe me, if you focus all these information, definitely you will qualify the exams. You will score good rank. I cannot say rank, now there is a different mode. Qualifying is going on, Neet has changed. When I gave Neet exam on that time, there was CBSE conducted the exam, Neet exam. But now the pattern has changed. There is a qualifying percentile, and accordingly you have to get different rank in the college. But when my time, it was totally different condition. It was about 2002, 2002, that situation was totally different. So this is the information I have given to you. Now, one thing I want to say, once you focus, then definitely it will going to help you to prepare both for board and competition. So I have categorized where is the board part, where is the 11th part. So once you see the syllabus, then you feel that maximum parts has been already given in board exam. So once you are preparing for board, because in January you have Jee-Mains exam, once you prepare your board exam, just sometimes about half an hour, 1 hour you give for this part also, so that you could get good marks. After that, today I am going to introduce equilibrium, and that equilibrium part, ionic equilibrium, I am going to introduce. Why? Because I have already given this video based on acid based salt video I have already given, and I have given in detail what are the characteristic of acids, what are the characteristic of base, how will we categorize acids, weak acid, strong acid, all information I have already given. That's why I am going to explain some advanced knowledge, that is knowledge related with Jee-Mains or with Neet exam, and you'll be surprised to see that many questions has been asked from this part. So I'm going to introduce that part. So there are 3 different scientists defined acids in standard 11 equilibrium part. I have already explained what is acids. Sorry. So here acids definition I have already given, that is acids. It is derived from acidus, that is sour. I will not going to explain all this part in detail because I have already given in my previous video acid base salt. And here 3 scientists, one is Arrhenius, second is Bronsted-Lowry, and third one is Lewis acid base. Very, very important. According to Arrhenius, a compound is acid if it gives H plus ion. A compound is a base if it gives OH minus ion. I have already given in my previous video, we check. Then you find that what is definition of acids, what is base. Arrhenius concept is that H plus giving compounds are acids. OH minus giving compounds are acids. But NH3, it will not ionize. You can say C6H12O6, it will not ionize. You cannot say that what is the information related with that. So there is some limitation related with Arrhenius concept. We are accepting this nowadays, but there are some limitation also, that ammonia is a compound, it doesn't give. Bronsted-Lowry concept, here H plus giving ion is acid and OH minus giving ion is base. This is the information. Here proton donor, mind it, proton donor are acid and proton acceptor are base. For example, HCl reacts with water. It gives H3O plus ion and Cl minus ion. NH3 reacts with water or HCl. It gives NH4 plus and Cl minus. So here H is removing proton and turns to Cl, so it is an acid. H2O is accepting proton, so it is a base. One more important information that is important, here one information that is very, very important, that if there is an acid, then from opposite side it will become C base, that is conjugate base. Because in opposite side it will show something different. Cl minus is accepting electrons, turns to HCl. H3O plus removing H plus, so turns H2. So it is conjugate acid. So according to this concept, if a compound is acid in a given direction, its part is base, that is conjugate base in opposite direction. Very, very important information, because many questions, in the exams, you will get question from this part. Suppose one question I want to explain that here we will find out conjugate acid and base of the given compound. I have selected NCERT book. I have already explained that this is the best book and concept building book. There is one question given that find the conjugate acid base for the following species. Suppose it is given Cn minus ion. Cn minus ion. In which category you can keep it? Conjugate acid or base? There is no proton. Proton means H plus ion. No proton. So proton donor is acid, but its opposite is a base, so you can say it is a conjugate base. And how will you convert this conjugate base into acid? By adding proton, HCl. So if it is a question, convert this conjugate base to acid, mind it, so you can add H plus. Similarly, there is one HNO3. This is HNO3 and find, you have to identify that there is a conjugate acid or base. Here is a proton, it can donate proton. So you can, it is a acid. How will you make? What will you make? You make conjugate base of that by removing H plus ion. So it will become NO3 minus ion. This is the conjugate base. So you remember, when we want to make conjugate base to conjugate acid, we will add H plus. And if we want to make conjugate acid to conjugate base, we will remove H plus ion. A very, very important information, mind it. I am just requesting you, please go through this topic. This is going to be beneficial for you. Then Lewis acid base, electron deficient compound. Electron deficient compounds are called Lewis acid. How will you identify that compound is electron deficient? Either positive charge, either electron octet has not been fulfilled, BCl3, BCl2, octet has not been fulfilled. Then this is acid, electron deficient. And what is base? Electron excess compound. electron excess compounds are called base. How will you identify that compound has excess electron? First, the compound has negative charge. How will you identify that compound is base? It has lone pair. Water has lone pair, 2 lone pair. Ammonia has 1 lone pair. So if a compound has lone pair, that is a base. It is able to donate it. And the third is superoctet compound PCl5. 8 is required to become a stable. It has 10 electron. SF6. 12 electron is required. 8 electron is required to become a stable. It has 12 electron. So all these information, the chapter acid base salt I gave in my previous video, that was for the base part. And you cannot say that is not beneficial for those students who are preparing for 11, 12 or Neet exam. Although I have written for 10, 9, but don't underestimate that. Standard 10, 9 base is important for standard 11, 12. That is going to work as a cementing material. Once you have idea of acids, once you know what is ionization, then only you can understand this Bronsted concept. This is Arrhenius concept and this is the Lewis acid. Those students who are having problem with the ionization and dissociation, if they will start to this chapter, believe me, they will not understand. Suppose H2SO4. How will they ionize? How will it ionize? Here 2 hydrogens are there. S3PO4. How will it ionize? It has 3 hydrogen. I have already given that when 1 hydrogen is there, how to ionize. If 2 hydrogen is given, how to ionize. If 3 hydrogen is given, because HSO4 minus, it is a Bronsted, we can convert it into Bronsted acid also, or we can convert it into Bronsted base also, because hydrogen is there, proton is there. So if proton is there, then if you want to convert into Bronsted base, so you can write HSO4 minus, it will turn SO4 2 minus. This is the Bronsted base, you can remove proton. And if you want to convert it into acid, mind it, for the conversion of acid to Bronsted base, what we need? We have to remove proton. And if you want to convert Bronsted acid, you have to proton. So you add H2SO4. So you can see that when HSO4 minus turns to SO4 2 minus, this is a you can say conjugate base. And HSO4 minus is converted into H2SO4. You can say that it is conjugate acid. So very, very important information. All these information, again I am telling you, these information is going to be useful only if you have a strong base, if you have information related with basic part, acidic part, that starts from a standard 9 only and it will continue till your competition part. So I hope the information that I have given, that is going to be useful for you. You will understand me actually what I want to say, and question based on this topic I will give in the next video when I will continue equilibrium, ionic equilibrium part 2. Thank you.